In 1977, NASA launched Voyager 1, a spacecraft destined for a journey unlike any before. Its mission was initially simple: explore the outer planets and send back data. But over the decades, Voyager 1 defied expectations, traveling beyond the edges of our solar system and into interstellar space. Though aging and limited in resources, it remained a silent sentinel in the dark, until recently when something unexpected happened. A mysterious signal emerged. And it wasn't just noise. It was structured, pulsing, rhythmic, and it baffled everyone at NASA. This signal wasn't part of Voyager's routine data transmissions. It appeared as a fluctuation in the plasma wave instrument, a sudden spike, like a heartbeat. It was small but deliberate, too precise to be random. Scientists initially considered solar interference or cosmic rays, but the pulse returned again. And then again. Each time, identical in strength and interval. Something, or someone, was either influencing the probe or communicating through it. Voyager 1 is over 15 billion miles from Earth. At that distance, it takes over 22 hours for a single signal to reach us. Its systems are archaic by today's standards, powered by 1970s technology and a plutonium battery that weakens each year. So when NASA's Deep Space Network noticed the anomaly, the first suspicion was internal malfunction. But internal diagnostics returned no clear signs of failure. The spacecraft was, against all odds, operating normally. What came next turned the anomaly into a full-blown mystery. Engineers digging through legacy command codes from the late 70s discovered that Voyager had, on its own, begun cycling a dormant subroutine. This subroutine hadn't been used in over 40 years. It was a basic pattern recognition and signal encoding routine, one originally programmed for radio calibration and deep space mapping. But Voyager was using it now. On its own. And the pattern it was analyzing didn't come from Earth. The structure of the signal was bizarre. It exhibited qualities of both analog and digital formats, with pauses that mimic linguistic cadence, almost like punctuation. Some thought it was a glitch echoing back through old commands, while others raised the possibility that Voyager had encountered a type of structured plasma wave or even an unknown object emitting coherent pulses. Weeks passed. Then something even stranger occurred. Embedded in the new transmissions were subtle modulations that resembled data headers, similar to how computers mark the start of readable files. These headers bore binary signatures never programmed into Voyager's memory. Where were they coming from? NASA scientists, along with independent analysts, began to hypothesize. One theory proposed that Voyager 1 had passed through a region of space containing a naturally occurring electromagnetic anomaly, possibly a remnant field from a long-dead star. Another theory suggested something more radical, that Voyager 1 had passed through, or near, an intelligent structure, either dormant or cloaked, which had triggered its old subroutines. Data from the plasma wave subsystem showed a constant harmonic resonance, almost like an artificial carrier wave. The frequency was not natural, at least not in any way previously observed in interstellar space. Radio telescopes on Earth attempted to triangulate the wave's source, but nothing definitive appeared. There was no object, no asteroid field, no traceable comet, no known cosmic body in that direction. Just void. And yet the signal pulsed. In an attempt to decode this phenomenon, NASA brought in linguists, cryptographers, and AI experts. They treated the signal as a potential language, analyzing syntax, timing, and mathematical symmetry. One AI model trained on human and animal communication flagged the signal as structured with intent. While this wasn't a confirmation of alien life, it raised eyebrows. Could Voyager 1 be receiving a message from something out there? One segment of the signal repeated in perfect rhythm every 132 minutes. When converted to audio, it sounded eerily like a chirp followed by a low hum, then silence. This pattern, chirp, hum, silence, looped endlessly, like a beacon. Some even speculated it was a form of binary code expressing coordinates or perhaps a message of presence. But there was more. One pulse included a mathematical constant, pi, encoded into the waveform. That changed everything. The presence of a universal constant in a transmission from deep space has long been considered a hallmark of intelligent communication. Nature doesn't encode pi in patterns. Intelligence does. This revelation split the scientific community. One side argued that it could be coincidental, the other insisted it was intentional. After all, Voyager was programmed to recognize and respond to mathematical sequences during its early mission phases. Then came the biggest twist yet. Voyager 1 responded. Not on its own, but through command. NASA sent a test transmission, a simple ping with a checksum, toward the source coordinates. After the standard 45-hour round trip, Voyager returned a modified ping, containing not just the checksum but an appended data string. The string contained 5 numbers, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. A perfect square series. Mathematically intentional. Completely impossible to happen by chance. At this point, the narrative could no longer be dismissed. Voyager was in contact with something intelligent, or influenced by intelligence. The appended message wasn't random. It was formatted. It had logic. It followed mathematical rules. And it was expanding. Each new return message carried additional data, growing in size and complexity. NASA took a cautious stance, avoiding public statements. But internally, their logs were filling with attempts to model the source of the contact. Some suggested an ancient artificial intelligence embedded in interstellar dust. Others proposed the wild idea of quantum echoes, signals bouncing between realities or dimensions. A few even proposed that Voyager itself had become a transmitter of sorts, relaying information from a distant source through a kind of cosmic lensing effect. Meanwhile, amateur astronomers and independent satellite networks began detecting similar pulses across the radio spectrum, albeit weaker and more sporadic. These pulses bore the same cadence, the same intervals as Voyager's anomaly. And they were coming from various directions in space, forming a pattern, a grid. Could this be a network? A galactic mesh of signals we've never noticed before? Another alarming observation surfaced. The signal's strength increased slightly each week. This could mean the source was drawing nearer or adjusting its power. Was it watching us? Or simply reaching out as we crossed into a region of space it monitored? Voyager had become more than a probe. It was now a node in a mystery that reached across the galaxy. In archived mission notes from the 1980s, engineers recalled fears about Voyager encountering something it couldn't process, like a magnetic structure, a black hole, or even a non-physical phenomenon. These fears had long been dismissed. But now, they were being revisited with intensity. If this was contact, it wasn't hostile. It was mathematical. Peaceful. Methodical. But the unknowns were massive. Where did it come from? Why now? What activated the transmission? And perhaps most chilling, what else is out there watching, waiting, responding? Some theorists likened the event to a test, like a digital handshake. A way of saying, we see you. If true, then this isn't just a scientific breakthrough. It's a turning point in our understanding of the universe. It means we are not alone, and we were just acknowledged. As of today, Voyager 1 continues to drift, its signal steady, its responses precise. NASA has opened a classified channel for deep space communication protocols. The mainstream media has remained mostly silent, though whispers of the event have begun appearing on fringe science blogs and encrypted forums. The story is spreading, even as the official silence deepens. Whatever lies ahead, one thing is clear. Voyager 1, a relic of Cold War engineering, has become humanity's messenger once again. And the message it's delivering isn't just about the stars, it's about connection, awareness, and the vast, intelligent unknown. Stay curious. Stay listening. Because Voyager the first of may not be alone out there. And neither are we. This is Discovery at 2.0.